Hey guys, today we are talking about hair removal. And if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I'm a big fan of the self-care vibes. I love a big glowy shower, and hair removal is definitely a part of that process for me. But unfortunately, I have found over the years that not all hair removal modalities are created equal. So enter my current favorite, which is IPL, or Intense Pulse Light. Let's talk about the old school ways of removing hair first. Shaving, I think we've all been doing it since we were like, what, 12, 13? And while it is the most inexpensive and easiest way to remove hair, it is far from most effective because all it really does is just chop off the hair at the surface. And we all know that within days, or for some people within hours, it kind of grows right back. And in certain situations, if your hair is particularly dark, because it's only chopping it off at the top of the skin, you can still see the dark hair follicle underneath, which leads to things like strawberry legs, and that's really hard to get rid of. Then if you want to take it a step further, maybe you've tried something like waxing, which I did for a while, and waxing is so painful, especially if you're in the bikini area. Don't even get me started. You know, it gets expensive, especially if you're waxing your entire body. And then on top of that, if you're like me and you're a mom of a small child, you can't just run off to your waxer to get things under control. Then you have things like chemical hair removal systems like Nair, which are very, very smelly, have mixed results, and kind of have the downside of potentially being very irritating to your skin. Then you have the big daddy of hair removal, which is in-office laser hair removal. I've heard that, I've not tried it personally, but I've heard that it's the superior way of doing this and that the results are very apparent and they last longer, but they are not permanent. They do come back. It's very expensive and it's very time consuming because it takes multiple treatments to get the results you're looking for. So enter at home IPL with my good friends at Ulike. This is not the first iteration of Ulike's IPL hair removal device system. This is just the newest and by far the most well thought out and most powerful version they've come out with so far. Let's talk really quickly about what you get when you order a Ulike Air10. Obviously, you get the actual device itself. One thing about this that stands out to me versus other IPL devices I've used in the past, the ones I've used in the past were a little bit more rectangle and more small and squat, which kind of made controlling it a little bit difficult on certain areas of my body. Like I always remember kind of struggling holding onto it when it was on the back of my knees, for example. But this one, because it's so long and the way that they've kind of created the shape here in the center, it's so much easier to control. I can't even compare. But outside of your device, they also are going to go ahead and send you some eye protection glasses. It's absolutely crucial, you guys, that when you are using your Ulike IPL device that you put these bad boys on. The light that comes out of this is so powerful and effective, which is why it's able to get rid of hair the way that it is. It can be damaging to your eyes. So I'm really, really glad they considered this and sent glasses with it. Like I said, I've tried other IPLs in the past. Nobody ever sent glasses to protect those beautiful peepers of yours. You do have to shave before you use the IPL device, so Ulike went ahead and sent you a little razor complete with a handy dandy travel case, so you always have everything you need to get your treatment done. And they also sent you a little dust bag to make sure everything stays together. I am someone who does my beauty treatments, like with all my devices, when I'm sitting in bed. Anytime I use a beauty device, I do it in bed. It's pretty much the only way I can guarantee that I'm gonna get it done. So everything is in my nightstand, and having little bags and things to store them in so that they're protected and don't get damaged is a 10 out of 10 for me. They're also gonna go ahead and send you the quick start guide and the IPL removal device user manual. This is gonna have everything you need to know, and it also includes inside of this device a little chart that will let you know whether or not you are a good candidate for the device. I will tell you, it is not for everyone. Because IPL targets the melanin in your hair follicle, there are certain people's hair that will not be removed using IPL. Like really soft baby peach fuzz will not be removed with IPL. And also certain skin tones are not ideal. And then believe it or not, there's also certain combinations of skin tone and hair color that can converge and make IPL an undesirable modality for you. I will leave some information here to let you know right off the bat whether or not this is going to work for you. But for those of you who can use this device, I can tell you it's going to change your life in terms of hair removal. As I highlighted at the top of the video, hair removal is just a Sisyphean task. Like right when you think you got it figured out, you got to shell out some money or some more time to get it done. The Ulike IPL is going to take all that off your plate, and you're just going to end up with smooth, glowy, soft, touchable, kissable skin. So here is the thing with IPL you have to know. This is not an overnight process. As with all beauty devices, and you guys know I talk about them on my channel all the time, it really does come down to how often you're using it and how consistent you are. I will tell you the benefit to this is you really only have to put the pedal to the metal with it for the first 3 weeks or so, because essentially what's going to happen is in the first 1 to 3 weeks, you're going to use it about 3 times in that time. So week 1, week 2, week 3, you're gonna use it 3 times. And like I said, it's really the most you're going to have to use it in any given area that you're applying it to. For weeks 5 through 12, you're only gonna have to bust it out every 2 weeks. And then at about week 13, you're gonna see optimal hair loss results. You're gonna actually start seeing your visible results in as little as 2 weeks. So although you wanna stay on the treatment plan for about 13 weeks, you're gonna start seeing those benefits as quickly as 2 weeks with a 93% reduction in hair at 4 weeks. But like I said, the good news is you can do this sitting in your bed. I watch Yellowstone and bust this thing out. You can do your whole body in as little as 10 minutes. Like I said, you do need to shave before you use your Ulike Air10. But the good news is, unlike waxing, if you guys have ever been waxers, you go in, you get your wax, and you have this beautiful, soft, smooth, silky skin, which lasts for, I don't know, 2 weeks tops. Next thing you know, it's growing back in. Then you have to let it continue to grow back in before you can remove it again. So since you're already having to shave every time you use your device anyway, you never really will have kind of that annoying stubble situation that you end up with something like waxing. The Ulike Air10 actually puts out 26 joules of energy, which is almost double the amount of the devices I've used in the past, which means that you're just gonna get better results that much faster. It has a few modes to it. There's fast, normal, and high. They're meant for specific phases of your hair loss journey or specific types and textures of hair that you're attempting to target. Like for example, the fast mode is really good for maintenance and touch-ups. The normal mode is best for normal hair. And when I say normal, what I mean is like not specifically coarse. For the more coarse hair, you're gonna go with high mode. For that really stubborn, especially difficult to remove hair, you're gonna use the SHR mode. I can never say that right the first time I try. The SHR mode, which is high intensity, and it's gonna get rid of literally everything. It also has a UV filter and skin sensor, and because it has this amazing icy cold technology to it, you're not gonna end up with irritation or burns, God forbid, from this thing. Like, it literally feels extremely cool to the touch when it's on your skin. There's, like I said, no irritation. Shaving for me, I've talked to you guys about it before, I get so irritated with shaving. I have just the most delicate little baby skin ever. This has given me absolutely no irritation whatsoever, and that's because of that ice cold technology that's built in. You guys, I have a link. I got a code for you so you can get some money off of this. They are going to be running Black Friday sales. I will leave all the information down below. Like I said, you guys have heard me talk about beauty devices so many times on this channel, and if like me, hair removal is something that you are about tired of having to deal with, then I cannot recommend the Ulike Air10 enough. Let me know if you try the Ulike for yourself. I want to know all about your results, and I will keep you guys updated as I continue to use this bad boy. The good news is we're in winter, so hair management is not exactly the biggest deal in the world, but I will be so glad that I put the time and energy into it come spring and summer when sundress season comes back. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.